Hello and welcome to another video. Today I am showcasing a game I just finished on Arena. I am playing in blue as the Goths. I am playing against Max Payne 622 in red as the Portuguese. I'm fast forwarding through the Dark Age here just because it's not terribly interesting just yet. But I'm thinking all of this while, okay, I'm up against the Portuguese. Portuguese are known for castle drop, organ guns. So my thought process is I need to get to Castle Age quickly, get a siege workshop and a mangonel, and if possible, I can. All right, so this is somewhat important. He did manage to get the first hit off on my scout, and I think that I might actually get to feudal age before him because, as Goths, I do get a pretty fast feudal age, but unfortunately, he got a faster feudal age, so he's going to catch up to my scout, so I just have to take the HP off. So I lost my scout. I did see where his base was. I only saw 2 relics, but that makes me extra vulnerable to that castle drop that I was talking about. But yeah, so my thought process is, if possible, get a mangonel and maybe even deny the castle drop with that mangonel. So I want to have that mangonel very quickly. So I am up to castle age faster than him, despite him being to feudal age faster than me. He is on stone. I don't know that, of course, but he's planning that castle drop. I do have a couple of pikes or spearmen out here, and my main reason for doing this is just to kind of have some vision on what's coming. He's also trying to pull me around with these, with the scout here. He's clearly scouting for a place to build the castle. I don't see the villagers yet, so I don't know this is coming up. I'm not going to know it until it starts attacking my market. He's actually already... oh, he didn't actually build these. He has them set up just in case he needs to. Anyways, I even upgraded these to pikemen, thinking they would attack the villagers a little better. I'm still expecting the castle drop here. I've got a siege workshop. I don't quite have enough resources for the mangonel, so haven't executed that perfectly just yet, but I'll find out about that castle soon enough. It's about to be up, and it will let me know as soon as it does. And there it goes, shooting my market. That's when I realize, okay, the castle's there. Now I'm expecting he's going to make some organ guns. Sorry. So I'm already going to make a mangonel. I haven't even gone to stone yet. A castle inside would also be a way to sort of deny him entry. But I'm starting to make some house walls here, kind of slowly, not going to lie. Because I know I have a mangonel, so if he comes in right away, I can fight him off with a mango. But now I feel like it's probably going to be a race to Imp, knowing that he's not going to really be able to get in here. I mean, well, I don't know for sure. I do have confirmation here that he did get the organ gun, at least one, and he's for some reason chasing down these pikemen that I have out here. He has built another one there. I don't know that just yet, but he could be making a bunch of organs and planning a full-on castle age push here, but more likely I'm kind of expecting that he's just going to try to go to Imp behind this. He still has just 1 TC. He's making a few more farms, so get that food count up. I've already got my 2nd TC up. And still he's out here just trying to kill these pikemen that I had. So whatever, I guess I don't have that vision anymore, but I don't think I need it so much at this point. I could try to go to castle or to Imperial Age myself. I would need to make a castle of my own. I'm actually having to build a 2nd market because I know this one's going to go down, and I do expect I'm going to need to use it. But I am on stone with the potential to make that castle and go Imp, but The more I think about it, the more I realize I'm probably not going to get to Imp before him. He does have 3 organ guns. I only know about 2 of them. Um, and because I haven't seen him push in, I haven't seen him petard in, I haven't seen a bunch of organs yet, he's already using that market, trying to get resources settled. Um, because I haven't seen more, I am fully expecting that he's just trying to get to Imp. That's kind of a tell. So because of that, I'm thinking, well, why don't I switch gears here as the market goes down? I'm going to switch gears to Rams, and my thought process is, well, maybe he gets to Imp before me, but I will attack him with Rams so that castle goes down, and he won't be able to really stop it because and he'll waste all those resources on Imp thinking he can make trebs and really start a push on me when he'll actually lose the castle. Also, killing that castle means no more organ guns, which he has made 5 of by now, but he sent 2 of them back here. Maybe he's a little bit worried about me doing a counterattack. So he is kind of spaced out so that he can see. He is going to poke his head in here. He sees I'm building a castle. He's going to try to grab these mangonels and be a little annoying with this villager. But since he didn't follow that up with an attack, I'm quite confident that he doesn't have a lot of army over here. So I'm just going to go right in with the siege rams, or just the regular rams. And they're loaded full of long swords and pikemen. Just any sort of infantry unit that I can afford. I did pop a few of them out just to start killing those organ guns. He's already retreating the villagers, knowing he's going to lose this castle. He's also clicked Imperial Age, so he's sunk a lot of resources into that. Meanwhile, my resources are climbing, but I have noticed that I've killed that castle, and then immediately, I didn't waste a second, immediately I am heading towards his base with all of this army. I'm going to plug this hole, and I'm going to start making even more army and sending it forward. I want to get the Goth spam going here in Castle Age and punish that forward castle and what was likely a wasted Imperial Age click. He hasn't gotten there yet, so I don't know that, but I am suspecting that he did click to him. And he's sort of rapidly trying to make military production buildings. And here come the Rams. He's just got a couple of organ guns here. The organ guns are not going to make much progress against the Rams. He's going to try to house wall with villagers. That's not going to do amazing either because the Rams actually have like a range attack here where they actually attack a broader area with each little push. So those houses actually get hit even as I'm still attacking the gate. I do unload a few of these infantry to start poking at the organs. If I can kill those organs, I know there's not going to be any more because he doesn't have another castle. I'm also going to go ahead and try to take out his production buildings right away. He's garrisoning that eco. Ringing the town bell is a bad play because he's got all 3 TCs in the eco and no villagers are working right now. He's got a total of 7 villagers working. The rest are just standing around under TCs or walking in the TCs. So although he has a nice villager lead over me, 84 to 67, most of them aren't working. Almost all of them aren't working. So he is doing a decent job of dragging my units around underneath the TCs. But I'm just making more. If his eco's not working, he can't make the army that I can make. And I'm streaming it across. The flood has started. The Goth spam has begun. He is thinking about, actually he's going to attack these rams with villagers. He really wants to keep those archery ranges up. And he's going to try to send these villagers forward to get a gate up and stop the spam from getting in. It does get the gate up. I immediately notice and start banging on it, but I know I'm not going to be able to get much more in there. I actually try to pull these rams over, but the villagers are in my way, so I just was able to take out those archery ranges. He's built a couple of stables in the back, so he's going to play full knights or cavalier. He doesn't even have any more archery ranges, so these skirmishers are the last that will appear. This gate is already half down, but as soon as I saw him building that, I already started making petards. So I've got one petard in. I even moved my mangonels from earlier. I moved them forward. I forgot about them for a while, but I was like, okay, now's the time to use those. So I'm going to bring those forward, get those involved in the fight, and also bring those petards so that I can punch in again. Meanwhile, still making those units. I got 19 pikemen in the queue, 6 huskarls. Really just trying to use all the resources I have. I've also been using the market to buy food, so sell wood and buy food. So he doesn't see the petards, but these mangonels have stopped him from building the gates. And as soon as I knock this first gate down, I'm going to send the petards in for the second gate. You really only need 2 petards to kill a gate unless they have fortified wall. So he's got the, I don't think I see that cavalier yet, but they are out there just waiting. And here come the petards, gonna get back in there and get this army back in play. He's gonna try to grab the mangonels, I know that, so I put the pikemen over there to poke away at those knights. Actually managed to keep one of those mangoes alive. He built more archery ranges. I'm not sure why. Skirmishers aren't going to do a whole lot here. But now his eco's back in TCs again. He rang that town bell again. Huskarls and pikemen are in. I'm streaming more forward. Actually even brought a third petard. I didn't realize I made too many. But he's losing villagers fast. Down to 81. And only 5 of them were working. They're on gold over here, which I'm managing to kill those. He really wants to get this mangonel, so he got it, and now he's actually pulling my army all the way around his base rather than my army actually attacking stuff, so that decent play on his part there, but I still have way too much army for him to deal with. I've got 46 army to his 8 right now. That's just cavalier and a couple of skirms. I decided to go ahead and go for the TC with the huskarls and let the pikemen run around to go for the cavalier. Because I feel like if I take out that TC, that's one less defensive structure he has, one less place for those villagers to hide. And honestly, I think the key here is I went straight to his base after I pushed that castle back, and I've kept the foot on the gas the rest of the time. I haven't even thought about Imperial Age. In fact, I've bought more food just so I can make more army, not even worrying about getting to Imperial Age. Now all these villagers are going to die after that TC's down. He's struggling for resources now. Somehow he's got 29 villagers on gold right now, and nobody on food. Which isn't ideal since I'm also buying food, so he's not going to have any way to get food other than to compete with me in the market for it. But now even these villagers are dying. And again, the flood is ongoing. There's still a constant stream of units coming into his base. Eventually, I can make another run at another TC. I think at this point, he doesn't have access to this gold. He still has this gold back here. A few farmers. But I think it's over. I've taken the score lead. He's not really going to be able to come back from this. Now I'm going to send these 25 units or so in towards the TC. And just go ahead and take that out. Just like I did over here, want to get rid of that defensive building. Somehow I brought this villager forward. I didn't mean to. I think he was supposed to make those, but then I must have grabbed him and accidentally sent him forward. So I'm like, you know what? There's a villager here. I might as well build something. So I'm building production inside of his base. There he is buying that food because he hasn't been able to use his farms in a while. He's still got these same cavalier, these 6 cavalier, very weak, but he's done a good job keeping them alive, running my pikemen all around his base. But Ultimately, there's not much he can do here. Um, I'm even making a siege workshop in here so I can make some siege and continue this push. Now there's the final TC. Um, has got villagers dying underneath it. He's down to just 18 villagers. He did pull his cavalier out, but now he's going to lose most of them. And then he's going to lose these over here as well. Um, and he calls the GG. So we'll take a look at the stats here. Um, as far as the military goes, I actually did have a positive KD, which is somewhat rare for Goths. Killed a ton of buildings. Had a much higher army count than he did. And once I turned that army count, the spam on, I didn't really stop, and I had the army lead the whole rest of the way, even through his Imperial Age click, getting into his base a couple of times. He did have more villagers than me. He got a full boom with 3 TCs, 97 villagers. I only had 2 TCs and got to 73 villagers. But I had a better economy than him. Um, More wood, more food. He had a little more gold than me, equal on the stone. So he just had those villagers stuck in the TCs too much. So even if he did have more villagers, if they're hiding in the TCs, they're not working. Um, Timings, he did get to imp at. It's not the fastest imp. Honestly, I was expecting faster. Um, and I think part of that might be because he had those 3 TCs. If he didn't have 3 TCs producing vills and getting that full boom, then he could have gotten to imp quicker. But it didn't matter because I think even if he did get to imp, I had 5 rams with no army there to protect. So he wasn't going to keep that castle up, and my push was going to start. So I think that's just one way to deal with an army composition you don't want to deal with. I really didn't want to see organ guns, so I showed him a mangonel, which let him know that I was going to be defending fairly well against that push. He didn't bother making any more. He tried to go imp to start a Imperial Age push with trebuchets, but I punished it with Castle Age play. Now, if you don't mind, I will switch over to a different game here. I ended up playing another game right after this and going with a very similar strategy. So, in this game, I am playing in purple as the Goths again. And then now I'm playing against the gray guy, Demon Void, who is the Italians. And the Italians are a tricky civ that I don't like to play against. They can go for a castle drop with Genoese crossbows. Not terribly worried about that. It could happen, but I'm not terribly worried about that. What I really don't want is to see condotieros, which are the unit he makes out of his barracks in Imperial Age. He did give me the old GLHF, but I didn't say anything back. I probably should have, but I'm like, bro, aren't you luring deer? I can't talk and lure deer at the same time. Apparently he can. Anyways, so again, I'm thinking, well, if I don't want to see condotieros, I need to kill him before he gets them. So I'm thinking I need to make a similar play that I made in that last game, where I go for a Castle Age push around the time that he's going to be clicking to Imperial Age, and then really stop whatever he's got going. We both click to Feudal Age at about the same time. He's scouting the front of my base. I'm scouting the front of his. He comes and attacks me. I turn around and attack him knowing I got to Feudal, but I didn't realize he also got there as well, so he ended up with the better of that fight. So I am vulnerable now, not having a scout out here, but I did at least see where he was. I only spotted 1 relic so far, though. But I am on making my buildings. Going to click up to Castle Age here shortly. I've already got the resources. He is a little bit short, but making his buildings. And there's the click on my way up to Castle Age. I am still slightly concerned that he could castle drop me, so I am going to make a couple of units. I'm also going to use those units to scout the rest of the map a little bit, knowing that I haven't found any, well, I've only found one of the relics. So this spearman is actually going to walk around, find that relic. This one's going to scout anything that might be coming my way. So I actually managed to spot 2 additional relics with that little move, so that's good. I am going to make a monastery and start going for those relics. Making the second town center. He is also making a second town center, a lot more eagerly than me. I just got the one villager here. He also made a monastery though, so he's going to play for the relics too. But I've already got the first one on my way back with it. I'm not sure if he's realized that yet, but no, I think he's just patrolling over here. But okay, first relic down, second TC down. Try to get a mild boom here so that I can sustain a Castle Age push. Now he's going to try to convert that villager, that spearman. I delete it. I try to kill the scout. Don't quite get there. He manages to get the conversion on the spearman. Now he's getting attacked by a wolf, thankfully. I got another spearman here, and I'm trying to get this monk before the other units kill me. He's doing a little dance around the tree here. I did give that scout a poke with the last dying move of the spearman. Now I'm coming back. This monk doesn't have faith yet to make another conversion, so I'm just going to do the ring around the spearman and kill it. Meanwhile, I'm actually going to go ahead and grab this one that I did spot early on in the game. So I'll get 2 of the relics. He's got another one in his hands over here, and there's a third out here that I don't know about just yet. Killed that one monk, got a second relic on its way shortly. Villager count 42 to 39. He's got a third TC up. So he's going to go for a little heavier boom than me for a while. Actually, no, I've got a third one going up as well. Actually, this spearman is getting attacked by a polar bear, so I'm actually just going to use it to scout the rest of the map. I know that he's going to just lose too much HP to that polar bear, so just if I keep moving, the polar bear doesn't really catch up to him. So it will eventually, but I can at least get some value scouting out of it. I did spot this monk. He's going to try to convert it. I delete it before he gets the conversion. Now, unfortunately, I got to do the same with this one. And this one. Okay, I did do it with that one. So I was hoping to maybe snag these monks, but I realize it's not going to happen. But instead, I grabbed the third relic here in the middle. And honestly, considering the number of monks he made, I'm happy with that. Now I'm up to 49 villagers to his 41. Just going with a little boom here. I'm already thinking, though, about my push. So I've got the 1 barracks. I'm going to make 2 more, and I'm already starting to make a siege workshop. Getting the pikeman upgrade, and going to start making military and prepare for that push that I want to do. Again, I really just don't want to see those condotieros in Imperial Age, so I'm going to try to kill him before he gets there. So he got 2 relics. I got 3. I've got 3 battering rams on the way. I think 3 is probably the minimum. But I noticed that 5 worked out pretty well last time, and I've got the resources to make more. So I'm going to do that. Starting to create the military as well to go in the rams, load them up. I'm getting a few blacksmith upgrades. Well, I haven't gotten them just yet, but I'll get them on my way over there, or before I head that way anyways. Also going to build a castle on this gold, take an extra gold here, and once I get that castle up, I'll be able to switch to Huskarls, which will be good for fighting under town centers. The initial push, I don't necessarily need the Huskarls. I can load it with other units. Man-at-Arms going to be upgraded to longswords. Um, the units garrisoned in the rams add to the attack and the speed of the rams. So these rams, this is normal speed. So the speed goes up and the attack value goes up with the units inside. So, and they're protected. So especially from arrow fire, which is all he's going to have at this point. I did see that this castle was going up with that spearman I had out here. So that's where my initial attack is going to be. He's already in Imperial Age, and he's getting chemistry. And that's the first condottiero. So he's already making them. So I got 5 rams coming towards the castle. He sees it. He tries to build gates around it to keep me from getting to the base of it. Decent play there. I'm not going to lie, but I'll just take out the gate with the rams. There were a couple of crossbows, Genoese crossbows. He's making more. And also the condottieros. But infantry do okay against these guys. So, doing alright for now. Got through the gate. Getting to the base of the castle already. Got a few units inside of his base, so he's got to run these villagers. And now the castle's down. And now that the castle's down, I'm actually going to immediately go for this gate and get into his base and start doing some damage on the inside. And the flood has started. 3 barracks producing constantly. I got 15 longswords in the queue, 25 already out on the field. Also got the castle up and anarchy, so I can start making huskarls. He's done the right play here, which is to go for hand cannons. Hand cannons are going to be good against any infantry units I make. So as long as he can mass a decent number of these, he's going to be golden against my infantry. I see the archery ranges and the hand cannons, so my first thought is, well, let me take those archery ranges out so he can't make any more hand cannons. And that is actually a pretty decent play because those are going to go down pretty quick, and he's not going to be able to make any more for a while until he makes more archery ranges. Meanwhile, the hole is still open. My units are flooding in. The archery ranges are all down. The rams moving forward. Kondo killed one of the rams. The units popped out. Here's the thing about the hand cannons. They have to hit from range, so once the infantry get in on them, they can actually get some good swipes. He's circling around with more hand cannons. I'm taking out his market, so he can't balance that eco, although he's actually got a pretty good eco right now. He's only got 70 villagers. I've actually got more villagers than him, but that's a lot of resources that he could be spending on units. He does have 2 bombards, which are splashing these rams. I spot that and try to take them out with these infantry. I did manage to get one of them. Fighting under a TC with the longswords. Starting to switch into huskarls. I got 14 of those in the queue, none on the field just yet. Did finally get this TC down. And pecking away at this bombard cannon. He's going to kill that ram with the villagers and the bombard. So I've done some pretty good damage. He's actually down to 61 villagers, so I've actually got the villager lead, and I have the spam going. Look at the queue here. This top number is the queue. I've got a good 35 units still in the queue, including 17 out here on the field, fighting away. Unfortunately, fighting against the hand cannon, so it's not an amazing fight. I have to circle around. I'm making more production buildings so I can get those units out faster. I'm not an imp, so I can't get my unique tech that allows things to produce faster out of the barracks. I am harassing this wood line as well, so he has to either chase me down or run all these villagers to the TC while the next wave of army comes in. I also moved some army around here. I want to take out the siege workshop because I don't want to see these bombards. He did make 2 more archery ranges, well, 3 more archery ranges. There's another one there. He's going to try to circle these villagers around and maybe plug that hole. I see those villagers and I'm like, well, I would like to kill those before you get a chance to plug that hole. I'm using that hole. Um, he's sending them forward again, and he's trying to make a siege workshop in the hole, actually. Okay, so interesting. Um, I think maybe I could kill these villagers before they finish it, but somehow he actually killed all those units, so this villager will finish that siege workshop. I am pecking away at it, but now that he's brought the hand cannons around, this is really a fight I shouldn't take. So I'm going to back up, regroup, mass out here. He's going to get a little bit of breather, but I already saw that, and you see in the queue here, I've already got a petard in the queue. So I really don't want to let my foot off the gas. I've still got these units in the back here. At least being a little annoying with these. There's another one over here he's got to take care of, and one more poking at the front here. He's actually sending the hand cannons to the back to deal with these 3 units. They're actually pretty weak, but he's going to go take care of those, which allows me to continue to peck away at this. It's actually half HP now. He's got to repair it. So to execute this next move, I've got the second petard here. I am going to go ahead and start banging at this again. Hopefully draw the hand cannons back over here. Although for some reason he's moving back into the back. I think he's looking to make sure he got the last of my units. Meanwhile, as I am attacking here, I'm going to petard in from the left side. I see he's desperately repairing. He's finally bringing those hand cannons over. And hello, sir. I am back inside from the other direction. He sees that right away, actually, and sends the hand cannons that way. I noticed that, so I go back in for the siege workshop. He's got to make a decision. Either go for these that are killing the siege workshop, or go for these that are about to kill your TC. He is going to try to get the gate back up. And he does actually get the foundation placed. So, I will have to poke through, but guess what? I broke through the siege workshop, so now this side's open too. I actually target the TC to take it out, so that's one less defensive building he has there. And I managed to break in through this gate as well. Got some army over here I forgot about. Meanwhile, streaming in through the front mainly. Saw those villagers that are trying to plug the hole again. Really trying to target these bombards, but gonna get splatted by these hand cannons. Also targeting the archery ranges so that more hand cannons don't pop out. Now he's got no access to gold. He's got nobody on food right now. His only eco is villagers, and he had to make another market because I had killed the one he had over here. Or over here, I guess. Anyways, pretty big army now at this point. 78 army. He's got 28. It's all hand cannons, which is, you know, the right play here. But guess what? I switched to skirmishers, so I've got some skirmishers in play now. I'm even going to get ballistics here. So ballistics will be in play for these skirmishers. And at this point, he should be realizing, okay, skirmishers are here with ballistics. I'm in trouble. He is building another TC here, hoping he can just kind of corner himself here, but I think it's pretty obviously over at this point. I have taken the score lead. Yeah, he's an Imperial Age, but he's losing the archery ranges he's making the hand cannons from. There's a fair amount of skirmishers out here. 11 skirmishers I'm fighting these with, so in addition to the infantry that are just going to go ahead and fight under the TCs at this point. There is a mango here, which is a nice idea to try to target these skirms, but I micro away from it, get the infantry in on it, and now I've got the infantry surround on the hand cannons underneath the 2 TCs, and he calls the GG. So yet another example of Castle Age Goth spam defeating an enemy I don't want to face in Imperial Age. He invested the resources to get there. and I only saw a couple of condotieros, which is the unit I did not want to see. Um, the rest of the time, he had to go for the hand cannons. I had to make the switch to skirms just to secure the victory, but managed to make that happen. This is a more typical Goth KD, 99 to 233. So, especially fighting against hand cannons, he's going to get the better of that fight. But because my units are cheap, and I had a lot of non-gold units in there, um, I don't mind doing that, especially when his eco is not functioning appropriately when my army is fighting inside of his base. So that's that's pretty useful there. I had a much bigger army high than he did, 98 to 31. So he was never really able to mass any army because I came in too early. I had a much better eco, so not only did I have more villagers, they were working the whole game while his were in town centers. Not my best castle time, but still pretty decent. And then he got a better Imperial Age time than the last guy. And he did manage to get two hand cannons, which was a good play. But I managed to get enough damage and make the switch to skirms to secure that one.